Wednesday, March 20th, 4:21 p.m. New York time. U.S. stock markets close. Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, how about do that now? Want to subscribe to the Patreon page, get access to my videos the same day I release them, and a lot more information. Here's the Patreon link. Plus, the link is below in the description. Today, the Federal Reserve had a scheduled event. Knew about it ahead of time. The Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged, on hold. Yep. So we're going to look at the markets, the equity indexes, the sectors, and we'll include the Magnificent Seven. But these four grids are in the futures markets. Yep. You see the prices still moving because the futures markets continue trading after the stock exchange is closed. Opportunities to still participate. On the left, top left, is a watch list I created, built. The U.S. stock indexes, the major stock indexes. The bottom left, the middle left, is the sectors, the 11 sectors, part of the S&P 500. And the bottom left watch list is the Magnificent Seven. So we'll do top down first. So we're looking at 6 grids, and these grids are the major stock indexes. Top left here, see how they all close green. These represent prices today. They all close green today, other than the Dow Utilities, which makes sense. Dow Utilities is high-paying dividend stocks. That's not growth necessarily. Nope. This is where growth is. And down here, the 11 sectors, again, different sectors, see who the leadership are, the green. XLV is energy. That's not the best growth. So again, opportunities to buy winners, and the Magnificent Seven, they're all closed green today. But just by looking at these on the left, all that did was tell you what I have programmed. It changed for the day, the dollar amount changed, and the price was. So simply click on this. The worst was the Dow Utility, whereas the best was the Russell 2000, up for the day, 1.92. Let's look at the stock sectors. Click on change for the best. The best was up 1.49 for the day. And the Magnificent Seven on a change. Best was up 3.3. Snow. Okay. Let's continue looking at the charts. I'll be showing you the 5-year charts. 5 years of history, and each candle is a week. So we're looking at the SPX, the S&P 500, the go-to stock indexes that the institutions and the more than wiser individual investors compare their portfolio to, be it if you have one stock, or if you have one mutual fund, or if you have someone else managing your money. You want to see if it's performing equal or better, preferably better, than the stock index here. That's how they compare their portfolios with. So again, that's the S&P 500. You can also buy it. You don't have to buy all individual companies, but you could if you want. So looking at it for 5 years, all-time new high. That's a winner. It's also all-time new high for history. All-time new high for this year. Outstanding. Outstanding. I'll show you on a daily time frame. So this is a daily time frame. Each candle's a day. And again, look at that. We broke above the high of the year. Outstanding. Let's continue on to the next index. Yep, these are all hand-drawn by me. Called work. Put in the adult responsibility. The NASDAQ 100. High-tech companies, mostly growth companies, are in this NASDAQ 100. There's the NASDAQ Composite, which is like all the NASDAQ companies. And then the best ones are the NASDAQ 100. Got it? It's an index within the composite. Yeah, it's all-time new high for the year of comparison to 5 years, but for year to date, it's not an all-time high. It's just shy of it. Let's look at the daily. Q in the daily drawings. There you go. There's the high for the year. So pretty close to it. But again, the other index performing better. Now, very old stock index, the Dow 30. All-time new high. Outstanding. Let's cue in the drawings for the daily. There we go on the daily. All-time new high. And new high for the year. Outstanding. So whoever your media is, your go-to source, if they're not showing you this, if they're only telling you this, that's misleading. That does not tell you here that you're at the all-time high. Nope, it's just showing you daily information. Due diligence right here. Let's go continue looking at the other indexes. The Dow Transport, which has 20 companies in it. Yep, huge consolidation, still inside the range of last year. Here's the high of last year. Here's the low of the last year. So we're inside that range. The Dow Utilities. Look at this. It's on a decline. Yep, still inside the range of last year. Not impressive. And look, it's inside candle for a week. It hasn't even taken out the higher low yet of last week. And the Russell 2000, which I showed you, was the best one for the day. But again, far away from the all-time high being back here at 2021. You got it? You understand what I'm saying? Simply the watch list on the left just tells you data for the day. Data for the day. I'm programming this chart to show me the life history. If I really want to see the life history, I want to go longer duration. I could change this to the max. So now I'm looking at the same Russell 2000 for the max of all these years, going all the way back here since 1996. Each candle's a month. Yep, big history. A lot of good stuff you could do here. So already identified on the indexes, because we're in the middle of the week. We actually just finished the middle of the week, right? The end of the day today already. So already short the middle of the week, S&P 500, all-time new high. NASDAQ 100, just shy of touching it. The Dow 30, all-time new high. And the other ones just as they are. And interesting right here, again, the utilities hasn't taken out the higher lows. So all this price move and this index is not participating. On to the next. Now we go to the 11 sectors in the S&P 500. I should clue this too. So if you're new here, not familiar with this, the S&P 500 index has several other indexes, including it. The NASDAQ 100, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, Dow Transports, the Dow Utilities, and the S&P 100. Those indexes are inside the S&P 500, S&P 500 being a very diversified index. Inside this S&P 500 index is broken down to these 11 sectors. And that's what we're going to view now, the charts on those 11 sectors. Same thing, weekly chart, 5 years, each candle a week. First one, XLK, technology. Similar to the NASDAQ 100, you see similar chart too. Here's a stock symbol. Healthcare, XLV, huge consolidation, but it's not the all-time high of the year. That already was made there. But nice momentum to the upside here. And XOF financials, outstanding. XOF, all-time new high. Huge move, all-time new high for the year, all-time new high for the week, all-time new high financials. Remember, financials are very diversified. You have your insurance companies, you have your banks, your brokerage houses, many others. Outstanding. We already took out the high of 2022. Have you heard about that today? Whoever your go-to news sources, how about this evening? Did I tell that to you? Majority of them won't, because they are not concerned about this information to share with you. They may be aware of it because they have access to, but again, this may not be their objective to be informing you of this. Outstanding. And you can break that down. I have my other videos to show you what's happening in here. but I'm pretty sure I can nail that down to just a few. Why I say that? Because in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it's pretty heavily weighted with banks. And those big banks in there are JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, American Express. But that'll be on another video. Again, outstanding all-time new high financials. Nice run up since last year. Even though the interest rates were left unchanged by the central bank this year, you have yields that change daily. XLY. Here we go. It's a huge consolidation. Communication services, new high for the year. Look at that. Nice breakout. Yep. But again, just shy of the high of 2021. XLI, also new high for the year. Outstanding. Now, these indexes I'm showing you, these sectors I'm showing you, they're stock ETFs. And they have several companies listed in them. Some might have 10, 20, 15. Each one's different. But again, they're all the companies listed in these stock ETFs, being this one right here. They're all similar. They're all some kind of industrial company. Or you can just buy the stock ETF. Outstanding. Yep. XLP, Staples. Nice. Just shy of high of the year. Last week was high of the year, but still below these highs of the prior year. These yellow horizontal lines show the years. And not surprised. XLE Energy. Yep. It's been doing very good since the beginning of the year. Nice big move up and made a new high for the year, looks like. Just shy of the high of last year and the prior year. But again, energy moving up a lot. Thanks for paying your utility bill, your higher costs on energy. Not necessarily. There's other reasons too. Why? Because you have the economy improving. Give example, Tampa, Florida, the airport. The past few days broke all-time record visitors, travelers through the airport. More demand on airlines, they need more energy. Oil. Cruise ships, barges, container ships, freight ships. Huge amount of new ones are entering markets they haven't been before and big demand on them. Putting a demand on energy sources, needed more oil, gas. You may be driving less, but someone's certainly using more of the energy for their needs. Utilities, not impressed. Yep. Utilities, your power plants, water companies. Yep, look at that. So here's a high of the year, but we're just shy of it. You can see it's not at the all-time high. That's not leadership. That's not where the growth is. And real estate. Just as you see, again, understand this. There's a different kind of real estate. There's commercials, there's residentials. There's real estate that are doing for daycare centers. There's real estate doing for the senior living centers. There's all different kind of real estate. So this is much more diversified, but you could break it down to the best ones in here. I've done that on other videos, show you the better real estate. And then regional real estate too. And then also the real estates that buy malls and shopping centers. XLB. Materials. All-time new high for the year. Outstanding. Look at that growth. Outstanding. So we just saw the 11 sectors, and you've seen several of them all-time new highs for the year. And you've seen several of them not so aggressive. One of the best ways of seeing the best leadership, where to put your money into. And if you're in the bad ones, don't marry a bad position. Exit it. Put your money in a winner. So let's go look at the Magnificent Seven. What used to be referred to as FANG plus, FANG. Same thing. We want to look at the 5-year chart. Each candle's a week. Being that we're in the middle of the week, the current candle on the right is not done yet. And the stock being Apple. You ever heard of Apple? Yeah. You ever heard of them before they made phones? You ever heard of them before they made musical instruments? My first exposure to Apple is when they had computers without internet. And the monitor was green content, doing data, before it was even H2M. Dallas Das, yeah. Apple 2GS, and one before that. Just some insight for you. Apple was not as diversified as it is today. Much more diversification today, right? They got TV channels now too, movies. So again, last year was the all-time high right there. And here's the low this year. See the indexes I showed you, plus the banks blowing this away right now. Oops, I might have used a word that was dangerous. BLOW. Uh-oh. Amazon. Here's the high of 2021. Moving up here. It's not the high of the year. This orange vertical line represents the week. Just recently, Amazon got added to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. They took off Walgreens. I showed that information before they did it. I bought some Amazon. I bought some Dow Jones. And those were doing outstanding for me. Nothing wrong with closing them before today's economic news and taking gains into profits. And then if I'm still happy, I can reload another day. Google. Look at that. Nice. So here's the high of the year right there, which happened to be this year all-time high. Look at that huge gap. Yep, gapped up huge this week. Meta, aka Facebook, on Instagram, WhatsApp. Yep. Green for the week. Here's the all-time high for the year right there. Pretty impressive. Microsoft. Inside candle for the week. Can you believe that? Inside candle for the week. All that activity and stocks and broken out. NVIDIA. Apparently the wealthiest company listed on the stock market right now. And look at that. Red candle for the week. Interesting, right? Red candle for the week. Got all that green. This one's red for the week. Yep. Very overextended. For opportunities to reload on the pullbacks. Tesla, loser. Look at this. High of 2021, high of 2022, high of 2023. New lows for the year was last week. It's declining. Yep. Some big problems, opportunities, other places. And Snow made a new low for the year. Way below the prior year since the IPO. Yep. I spoke about in the stock IPO. That's my other videos. The stock IPO was there. They pumped it up. Dump. Huge consolidation, which is interesting here. This huge consolidation. We had a breakout finally here. Retest deep into it. This may be the opportunity to reload here. Watch it closely, your potential trade idea. Explain that further in my more advanced videos. And Netflix, look at that, had a comeback, right? Yep, doing better than Disney. All-time high right there. The low, 2022. And look what it did. All-time new high for the year. It's Netflix doing better than many of these other Magnificent Sevens. Who would think? Yeah, coming close to a midpoint right there. We know what midpoints mean, especially on these higher time frames. Thank you as always for spending just a little bit of your time with me. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.